Scentland, the land of scent. Hello, it's Chris back with yet another fairly ad hoc fragrance review. And it has a reason. The entire purchase of this fragrance was rather ad hoc because my wife was, I think she was in Poland, and she visited a TK Maxx. And we always go into TK Maxx with the expectation of some great fragrance deals, because most of the times there are great fragrance deals. And when she sent me the photo of this one, obviously the box, knowing me, you should know, she knew that I love this type of appearance. You know, these feathers on the box of this fragrance very much reminded me of Aramis Havana, you know, the vintage box of Aramis Havana with all the exotic leaves, you know, all over the place. This reminded me, and the black background, so I said immediately, without smelling it, I checked it out on Fragrantica and said, yes, go for it. Okay, so she brought it home. The fragrance we are talking about is Ted Baker XO, Extraordinary, okay? And calling a fragrance extraordinary is already a fairly brave and provocative move, because, you know, if you call your product extraordinary, it must have some sort of X factor, some sort of level of quality in order for the customer to say, well, this is actually extraordinary, okay? So does this fragrance live up to its name? That's one of the main questions here. Again, Ted Baker, sort of a mainstream brand, okay? And so nothing too weird or wonderful there. In the middle of the line, you know, sort of a little bit out of spotlight, which actually I do like, okay? Because there's a potential of a good deal and a good hidden gem discovery. And let me tell you, this is very much the case in this case. Again, the name Extraordinary, the overall appearance, it arrived, I used it up to this extent so far. That's the bottle. It used to look differently. I think this came out somewhere around 2007-ish, if I'm not mistaken, okay? I haven't seen really exact information on that, but I think it was around that time. It definitely smells around that time as well, because it has a big buzz of bravery in this one. Jean-Charles Neal, whom I'm not very familiar with, is the parfumeur behind this fragrance, and the overall appearance is like of the bottle, like middle of the road, nothing special. Same with the sprayer, like, okay, does a job, gets a job done. And so there you go, okay? But the smell is what really captivates me with this fragrance. And it is, to a certain extent, to a certain degree, extraordinary. Why? It is extraordinary to me, first and foremost, and I'm the user, you know, because it's really down my alley. It's really my cup of tea, okay? It's really a composition that appeals to me a lot. How and why could be the next question. I will answer that. I love that. How and why? Well, it's aromatic, green, woody, spicy, fresh. And the main notes for me, there's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cypress in here. A really natural smelling cypress. Great, calming, green, natural, just very nice. And that gets paired up with the freshness of some mandarin orange, ginger, and that. A good dash of pepper, not too much. Pimento gives it a fire in the ass, okay. and most above all, red berries. And then it goes down toward a dry down of a musky sandalwood finish, okay? And it's totally down my alley again. The reason is because I love the combination of the green cypress and the red berries here. Why? Because this very much reminds me of a very similar blend, a very similar overall vibe of a fragrance, and smell actually, indeed, that I used to love to bits. And again, it's Scentland, so I'm giving you some out of the spotlight, on the radar knowledge here, because there used to be a fragrance by Steve McQueen, the brand of the late great actor Steve McQueen. Actually, his son was involved in the brand. It came out like about 10 years ago. I think it was 3 different fragrances. I reviewed them, and one of them was called Steve McQueen Mythic, and it had a wonderful blend of pine and red berries. You know, these 2 notes standing in the very forefront of the entire composition, and that's very much the case here as well. So you have the cypress, not pine in this case, cypress and red berries, with all the rest, pimento, pepper, sandalwood, ginger, you know, musk a little bit, and the dry down actually makes a difference. But first and foremost, it's the green theme with red berries, and I'm a sucker for that. I'm an absolute sucker for this green red berry green aromatic green freshness paired up with this sort of undefinable red berry cloud. Okay, it's really nice, and it's special smelling. It doesn't really smell like anything else out there, except its similarity to that very much hidden under the radar Steve McQueen Mythic fragrance from 10 years ago. Okay, so there I have my reference, my lexical reference to an older fragrance that this comes close to, although it may be the case that this was released earlier, as far as I know, but correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so next step, how's the performance? Is it extraordinary, like the name suggests? Well, it's above average compared to an eau de toilette, and certainly above average compared to an eau de toilette at this price range. And that's an absolute plus point here, because you're really getting a fragrance that shines, smells special. It smells actually fairly natural as well. It's just totally nice, and it's a standalone fragrance. It doesn't copy anything necessarily. Again, I haven't really smelled anything else that smells close to this. And okay, the bottle and the box are well, the bottle and the sprayer are mediocre. I really like the box. I tremendously like the box. So the box gets absolutely the thumbs up from me. I don't care much about the bottle, as long as it's easy to handle, which it is. I can put it in my back pocket of the jeans, and that's it. Okay, it's easy. So fair enough. But the smell, absolutely, and it's good for springtime, summertime, autumn time. It's actually a good signature smell as well. You know, I'm trying really to find the negative points with this fragrance, but there ain't any, because this is a really good fragrance here. I really enjoy this. It has even, for an older guy like me at 49, okay, it has even some 80s touch to it because of the cypress. The cypress is deep here, and the cypress and the pimento working together, and the musk and the sandalwood, they are really they're good. They're really aromatic, the late 80s, early 90s way. Really, it reminds me of that. Okay, so another plus point. Like, I'm really trying to find the negative point here, and I can't. There's no angle of attack, except if you're a fragrance snob who says, I definitely want to spend $280 on a bloody fragrance that lasts half an hour and it's called Extrait de Parfum, just to screw me. Okay, no. This is like, what, it was 20 bucks or something like this? and it's absolutely brilliant. I think this one is a, let me just check the box out here. It's a 100 mil actually, so it's absolutely beautiful. I'm a fan of this. I'm going to be wearing this. To me, this is a more outdoor smell, but it's perfect for the office as well, because it's modern smelling at the same time. Okay, so very versatile, great performance. What else do you want? Really smells manly. My wife likes it, so there's no negative points really. I'm going to be using this sucker for a long time. Thanks very much. That was Chris from Scentland with Extraordinary for Men from Ted Baker. Okay, chin chin, and see you soon for yet another review. This comes with me. Bye.